Welcome back. Plains Art Museum is a staple in our community, has been for years. It's connecting artists and lovers of art of all kinds. We have our CEO and museum director, Andy, here with us this morning to go over what is new or what's on the horizon. Good morning. How's it going?
Good morning. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. We were just talking about the space, beautiful space I have on the inside. It just looks absolutely amazing. And of course, the art. That's what people are there for. So what exciting things do you have coming up for art or artists?
Oh gosh, you know, we do about 20 exhibitions a year and about, I don't know, hundreds of classes and educational programs. So there's pretty much always something, depending on who you are and what you're interested in. If you're interested in just dropping into the museum, or if you're interested in taking a class that's open to anyone, there's pretty much always something.
Always something.
So yeah.
That's amazing for, you know, people who want to take in some art. And you sent us some images of stuff that is there currently or going to be shortly, or?
Yeah, so two current exhibitions and one that's coming up.
Okay.
Some images. Yeah, so that is from that's from a current exhibition called La Linea. That is a celebration of an artist, a Latinx artist group that is primarily based out of Minnesota called Grupo Soap del Corazon. We have the National Water Media Exhibition for the Red River Watercolor Society.
That must be the one up there right now with that amber glass or green glass looking one that they have.
Yeah, so Grupo Soap del Corazon is one of the longest running Latinx artist groups, I should say, in the United States. So we're celebrating their 22nd year, and that closes on August 13th. Red River Watercolor Society has a National Water Media Exhibition. It's juried. That's on display as well. That's open until August 20th.
Okay.
And then we also have a new exhibition opening up. Let me make sure that I get the date right on this one, July 28th, so later this month.
And what's that one going to be?
That one's called Continuity of Culture.
Okay.
And it's done in collaboration with an organization in Oregon called Crow's Shadow Institute for the Arts. And they do artist residencies for contemporary Native American artists. So it's cool. So we have these amazing contemporary Native American artists like Marwan Begay and Wendy Red Star, and we're combining those works with more traditional Native works to show this sort of continuity over time and expression within Native people.
And fitting for an area. For a town that's built on native lands as well, so
absolutely, yeah. And we're surrounded by like 22 native nations in this part of the world, and so there's definitely, or more, maybe it's more. That might be.
I don't know the exact numbers, so I'm not gonna. Don't quote me on that.
No.
Yeah.
But it's it's very fitting, and it's also going to be really engaging. We received pretty generous support from the Terra Foundation to do that exhibition, and so it's going to be a really, really nice presentation.
What's it like for you to bring in these different groups and showcase art that people maybe wouldn't see in their regular life if it wasn't for these exhibits?
Yeah, you know, it's art for me has always been a part of my life. I was an artist at a young age, and for me it was something I was good at. It was therapeutic for me. But now my creativity in my work is something that I really don't take for granted. It's joyful to work with artists, to work with collections. We also have a collection of over 4,000 artworks that rotate in and out of the first floor of the museum. And you know, to be engaged with all of that creative energy is really energizing. It's life-giving for me, and so it's a joy to work at Plains Art Museum. But also, because I see the way that it affects people. I see the way that it impacts people when they make things. I see the way that it impacts people when they see something interesting that they learn more about, either at the museum or later. And it's become my life's purpose.
Yeah, life becomes art, art becomes life, so the cycle goes.
Yeah.
And so with this, you also mentioned a little earlier, though, that there's classes that you provide there for people. What kind of extent are those classes? What can people expect, or what's the range of them?
Yeah, so there's the museum, and then there's also the Catherine Kilbourne Burgum Center for Creativity. So we're in two facilities that are connected by a sky bridge at the corner of 7th Street and 1st Avenue, downtown Fargo. And we have classes for all ages. So we have a full ceramics studio, including kilns, pottery wheels, and 3 ceramic studios. And we also have multi-purpose studios where we do programs for all ages. So there's like summer camps for kids in the summer. Those, many of them are full. So people have to kind of anticipate those and then they want to sign up. But then there's classes for all ages. So like if you just want to make something with either by yourself or with a loved one, you can do that. It's not like a college class. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to feel, you don't have to be like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, people. That's often what Oh, I don't know how to make things. Well, that's kind of the point. Like we want you to learn how to make things.
Yeah.
We're not that interested in having this sort of like academic experience. We're interested in the creative process for everyone. So that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, no, there's no onus to create the next Mona Lisa. I mean, if you want to, go for it.
If you can, you do that.
Yeah, exactly. I love that, and that was going to be my follow-up question. What is the level of? But I think it's one of those things where some people, when it comes to art and the variety of forms that it can come in, people are like, oh, well, I'm not good. I'm not good at art.
Right.
A lot of people say that, well, I'm not good at drawing. I'm not good at this. Well, who's to say?
Who's to say until you do it?
Yeah.
Until you do it a lot over a long period of time, and the museum too. So on the museum side, our exhibitions are free. They're supported by our Plains Art for All members and donors. So when people become a member of the museum or they give us a donation, it goes into this general fund that keeps the museum free for everyone.
That's awesome.
So that's the other thing that people say, well, I've never been to an art museum, so I don't know if I'm going to like it. So but we took away that kind of like value proposition where you have to pay $20 to go in. We don't. If you want to come. If you want to support what we do, then do it.
Yeah.
If not, that's fine too. But you might be missing out on something.
Yeah, I have to agree. I used to not be a huge art museum person. I was like, what am I going to do? Just go look at some pictures or whatever? Anyway, I went to one down in the Twin Cities, mostly because someone drugged me along, and it can change your perspective. Like it really shifted my perspective on what I saw. And I think that, for people, if you're like, well, I don't know if this is my thing, just try it out. What are you out?
Well, just a little bit of time. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the potential of gaining a real nuanced understanding of the world and all of its beautiful diversity is what art museums have. And so there's real opportunity for people.
Yeah, tweet that line. Love that. All right. Well, Andy, thanks so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Coming up here on today's show, we'll be hearing about a memorial car show for Tyler Shipman. Stick around.